Well, back in the shop again. Working on the Toro. I took the transaxle out. Tried to take the rear pulley off. Couldn't get it. There's an E-clip in between the base of the pulley and where the input shaft goes into the transaxle. And I couldn't for the life of me get that off. So that pulley's staying on there until I actually am able to get pulleys and just cut that other one off of it. But didn't want to do that right now because it currently drives. I don't want it not to. So other than that, the charging system still doesn't work. It runs, it drives, but unfortunately, it runs like shit. It didn't before, and now it is, and I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not pretty sure. I know it's the carb. I gotta rebuild the carb. It's nasty. Other than that, I gotta get a new grommet and fuel shutoff for the original tank for it, so I can use it. I've been using a push mower gas tank since I found out the other tank was leaking. And I think it takes that push mower gas can, I think, is like 1 3/4 liter or something like that. And the carb is so messed up on this, it sucks down all of that gas and actually runs out of gas and dies in about 10 minutes. And that's not running it, like driving it around. That's it sitting there idling. Also found that I know the carb is bad because it just leaks fuel into the motor. It doesn't, the float's fucked on it or something. Because I took the gas, because I know that happens, and there was a little gas still left in the lines, but the gas tank was completely empty. But when I last ran it, so took the fuel tank off and I set it lower than the carb so it didn't feed into it. But there was still some in the carb and some in the line. I just came out to it now and checked the oil, and the oil is full of gasoline. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to rebuild the carb, or take it apart, clean it, see what's going on. Other than that, cleaned her up a little bit. Washed her up. Cleans up alright, except for some of the little dings and stuff in it. Obviously, I didn't wash the step rails because, well, your feet go there. It's going to get dirty anyway. I need to get a degreaser for the middle there. Figured clean it up nice for now until yeah, there's that gas tank. But just clean it up nice for now until I'm gonna get it muddy. But I figured if I clean it with a very oily cleaner and then wipe it down with WD-40 after, it'll make cleaning it after mudding it a hell of a lot easier. That's if I actually want to clean it after I mud it, which probably won't be very often. But just for the hell of it, I put rubber vinyl cleaner on that tire, just for the fuck of it. Came out pretty good for being an original tire. It made the dry rot pop on it. It looks gorgeous. Anyway. Alright, well, let's get back to it. I'm, right now I'm out here taking the rear attachment bolts out of it because they're going to be in the way for the new tires, and I'm not just going to cut them off. They unbolt, so I'm going to unbolt them just in case I do get a rear attachment for it, for using it in the yard or something, because I want this to be a multi-purpose mower. It's not just going to be a mud mower. I'm going to use it as a tractor. So I'm going to unbolt them and save them, obviously. I'm going to get a separate set of rims for the back of it, so I can possibly mount these old tires back onto something. Because I'm using the rims that are on it for the new tires. I figured I'm going to go with 22 by 12 and a half with a 10-inch rim Interco Vampires. I only found one place that still has them. So when they come in, I'll show you guys. I don't really have the money right now, but I think tomorrow I'm going to order one and then go from there. But when it all comes together, it's all going to be in this video anyway. So I cleaned the wiring up a little bit. I still have to jump the starter, or the solenoid. I'm not fucking with that. I hate wiring. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just going to wire in a toggle switch or a button to just, you know, splice the blue wire there that powers the solenoid into a, you know, something else or something. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know. But I figured just make a toggle switch or a button, mount it up somewhere on the dash, probably right there. Seems like a good spot. Just something to toggle power. Hook it up to that and the power terminal. All you need to do, what I've been doing is I've been using a piece of house wire. That's thick. I think it's like, I think it's like 8-gauge wire or something. I think I'm mistaken. I don't know shit about wiring or wires, but it's thick ass green wire. I just snipped it off a spool from work, and I just, you know, touch one end to the positive terminal on the battery and one end to the where that blue wire plugs into. You just unplug it. Does it like normal. But I did find that when you unplug that blue wire, which is the wire that just powers the solenoid, if you don't plug it back in, the battery only charges at 11.95 volts, which obviously isn't enough. It's a 12-volt battery. When you plug it in, it goes all the way up to 12.05 volts at charging, which still is not really enough to charge the battery. That's why there's no video of it running yet, because I mean, there is video of it running. It's just no video of it actually really doing anything but sitting there running or just driving it around the yard. Because the battery's dead. Because of the carb problem, it takes forever to try and start it, and so I'm constantly draining the battery trying to start it, and it keeps running out of fuel in a short amount of time, so it doesn't give it enough time to put any charge into the battery. So once all the problems are figured out, I'm assuming it'll charge it a little bit better once it runs for longer and doesn't keep cutting out, stalling. When it's been running on about half or about a quarter of the tank that I have for it, it smooths out until you mess with the throttle. If you try to idle it down, sometimes it works. If you try to idle it back up, it will die or start to sputter, then come back up. And if you have it where the RPMs are up there, because on this there is a crank position to start it because it's high RPM. If you put it down to that, which is a little bit higher RPM than full throttle, which I don't understand, it must be something within the governor. It starts backfiring and shooting fire and black smoke out the exhaust, which is not good. But again, that's carburetor and probably many years of carbon buildup because nobody took care of this fucking thing. Alright, I'm gonna go take those bolts out and we'll get on with the progress on this, I guess. Yeah, well, see you in a second. Forgot to tell you guys, I glued the headlight lenses back in. They're all falling out. This one, only part of it was falling out, and so I glued that in. Lo and behold, where it was attached before is now not, so I gotta fix that. But that's all. I just wanted to tell you guys I fixed that. Oh, I also glued the Toro center cap back in because it fell out. And yes, I know, that's how you take the tire. That's how, the fucking tire. Yeah, that's a tire. The fucking steering wheel. That's how you take it off. But on this one, actually, underneath that is just molded plastic. There's nothing there. It's a pin. It's just a pin on either side on this. Pops it off the column. I really hope you guys could see that because I have no idea if I pointed the camera in the right spot. But other than that, should be alright. Yeah. Well, we'll see you in the next video. Right? You're going to be there. Right? Oh yeah, you are.